The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Power Trading Hour with your host, David White. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, David White.
And welcome all to another excellent edition of the Power Trading Hour with me, your humble, lovable, and always squeezably soft host. As always, we like to come to you at this time.
The following takes place between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m.
So we just had the Fed come out, and of course we're going to have a question and answer session at 2:30. So get ready to hurry up and wait, as they say in the military. So we'll see. Some people are saying it's a little bit more dovish. I don't think it's that way. I do think that at least they gave a little bit of clarity to the balance sheet. I think everybody thinks that that is probably at least solving one of the unknowns. Right now, we're just basically flat on the day after being down about 10 or 15 points. Again, you get 2 or 3 moves off the headlines, and then you get back to the market, which is already in progress. But not a lot happening just yet, and we'll see by the end of the day how this market's actually reacting. But we shall see. So, well, what else is going on here? Well, that's kind of it at the moment. We'll talk more about what's going on after it all kind of settles down. We're going to need that question and answer part of the market fairly quickly. So, we'll continue on. What else is happening out here? Well, let's go ahead and look and see how some of these stocks have reacted. We'll get into some of the other stuff and see where they're moving. I know kind of the first reaction. And Microsoft just kind of hanging at these highs. No real move here. Volume is very light. So probably the next 45, probably the last 30 minutes of the day, all the volume's going to come in after we've heard what the Fed says that wasn't in the release here at 2 o'clock. But again, hanging out here was a lot of volume. There was on Friday. You've had 3 days. If we don't get any volume before the end of the day, then it does kind of look like maybe we've seen some kind of buying climax for a little while in the market. What else we have going on here? I wanted to look at a few things. The first, you can always email me at path@tfnn.com, put a message in the den at, or of course, email me at path@tfnn.com, or call me at 877-927-6648. We're just basically flat now on the day on the S&P cash. So we'll see how this is moving. We're up about 17 on the NASDAQ. Okay. TLT. You know, we just get to this level and the volume kind of falls out, which is about this 122. See if that's what I've got here. Yeah, 122.17. So you got a little bit of spike here. Question is, can you get through the 122.54? That would be a big signal by the end of the day. So far, the energy off the low of 118.64 has been fairly light. We got some action in crude, as I've said before, over the last 10 days or so. That has been a feature of transitioning from the winter to the summer formula for gasoline. We got up a little over $60. Last tick I show here is 59.48. So that kind of came off a little bit today. Natural gas down about a nickel. we're now into the part where it's actually bearish all the way until August for natural gas. So we'll continue that. Gold, I'm showing 1305.50, which is down about $1, so no real movement in that one either. So we'll keep a close eye out here. Okay. And we're up 4 points on the S&P cash. So we'll see. Dow's down 6, Nasdaq's up 28. Russell's still off 7.7, still extremely weak. So, okay, so we've got TLT. We looked at Microsoft. Let's see how Amazon and some of these other ones, Walmart, are doing, because this is a lot about the dollar coming up. Well, you're right up that level on Amazon at 1784. And you got some decent volume last couple of days. Right now, you only have about 3.5 million shares. You need about 7 to break out and hold the previous high. The energy off this last December 24th low continues to be weak. You had a couple of days with some juice that came close. Now, like all the rest of them, as soon as you get to the previous highs, a lot of people are looking to cash out in that market. Okay, what else do we have? Okay, got a quick check of Micron, $40.18, still down 19 cents. All this has done is bounce back up to this gap down with almost 30 million shares back on the 5th of March. You got into that with 33 million yesterday. You got 21 million in it today. So, I mean, I guess the real problem is you gap down the day after on the 6th of March with almost 45 million. And you really probably need to get back in and start looking at retesting somewhere in the $38 range before this settles out. AMD got a lot of requests already today in the den, so we can take a look. But that would be it. Just up 3.5 points on the S&P cash. So still in the deciding phase, but we'll see. Again, FOMC's probably, Powell's not going to be done with his little walk on the catwalk. Do his little turn on the catwalk. Oh, who is that? Someone who shot Fred something? Who was that? Somebody in the Fed. Yeah, not much happening out there. I want to take some quick looks. Okay. Quick question to take a look at IBB2. Oh, we didn't finish with advanced micro devices here. A little effort out here to blow through the February 25th low. A close below $25.52 would be rather bearish. You had all the volume yesterday. Can't hold that high February 25th. Probably a fairly decent signal that it's in this trading range back down to 21.03. Be back in a minute.
The TAS Profile Scanner is the most revolutionary piece of trading software that you will ever try. Wouldn't you like to approach the markets with confidence? As you begin your trading day, it's likely that you'll be faced with lots of decisions. In order to make the best decision, the first thing you'll need is a strategy that will help you minimize your risks. Whether we're in a bull or bear market, a good strategy is to have the tools needed to help you scan and analyze the markets before you trade. The TAS Profile Scanner instantly scans and filters over 2,500 global financial markets, such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, president of TAS Market Profile, the TAS Profile Scanner understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications, automated trading algorithms, and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. Whether you're looking at the trade matrix, the ETF heat grid, the market breadth, the landscape charts, or the many other features of the TAS Profile Scanner, this is a piece of software that will revolutionize how you look at the markets and set up your trades. The team at TAS has even put together a 12-part video series to walk you through every aspect of the TAS Profile Scanner, which you can find directly on the TAS order page at TFNN.com. Sign up now for only $97 a month with a risk-free 30-day trial, so you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. See for yourself how you can harness the full power of the TAS Profile Scanner by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services section. Remember, with a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to lose. Don't let another day pass you by without trying out this amazing piece of software that will revolutionize how you look at the market and how you place trades. Sign up today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
And, of course, a little bit of history.
And it's all just a little bit of history repeating.
On this day in 1345, according to scholars at the University of Paris, the Black Death is created on this day in 1345, what they call a triple conjunction of Saturn, Jupiter, and Mars in the 40th degree of Aquarius, occurring on the 20th of March, 1345. This Black Death, also known as the Plague, swept across Europe, the Middle East, Asia, and during the 14th century, leaving an estimated 25 million dead in its wake, which was about half the population back then. Most people don't know it. And, of course, on this 20th, we've got a full moon and a whole bunch of other stuff. Do I believe in that? No. Just like we now know that the plague is caused by a bacteria transferred by fleas, and the fleas came on the rats. The cats ate the rats, got the fleas, brought them in the house, and that's been about it. But yeah, now pretty easy to get rid of. But kind of interesting how people seem to point the finger just about everywhere, except the place that it actually needs to be. And of course, it was another almost 300 years before we had anybody actually doing much in the way of science. It was all superstition. And what else can you say about it? Let's go back to the market, which is already in progress over most of TFNN.com. Yeah, we're basically about 50 cents under. My guess is these swings are going to continue to be a little while. And again, probably the last 30, 45 minutes after the Fed's Powell quits blabbing, we'll probably have a better indication of how the market's actually digested what's out there. Again, probably light and variable until he gets done. Actually, I read kind of a little bit more of it through the break, and I don't understand the big swing up or the big swing down. I actually thought the market probably should have just kind of sat where it was at. I think a lot of people were short going into it, and the machines just ran them real quickly. So we'll see whether or not we just go back to where we were before, because I don't think anything really in this changed much about the perception. I think a lot of this is built back in. Bigger problem I see is the third world and its dependence on China and Asia out there. But I could be wrong. Pretty easy to be wrong in the very short term in the stock market. Up 23 on the NASDAQ. And what do we have here last? Down, is that right? Down 50? Down 40 on the Dow. Russell still coming in. Oh, I got a new update here. It's still flat, though. Down 19 cents. The Fed took out its trousers. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. But, yeah. Man, I never felt like I said that. I miss Mr. Green's. I always used to call him Mr. Green Jeans, but Mr. Greenspan. Yes, he was rather cryptic. Let's go ahead and look at a few other stocks. I wanted to go through some more of the NASDAQ that we saw yesterday, see how few of those stocks are actually doing. Go back here. Is this it? Yeah, a little of the NASDAQ. Let's take a look at WDC. We haven't looked at that one for a little while. One of these stocks that kind of the living dead, just doesn't know it yet. I don't see any ads whatsoever for spinning hard drives anymore. Western Digital, basically a memory company, a RAM company. And of course, they had to really work their deal out with Toshiba and its bankruptcy. I just don't understand. Maybe they got some new products coming out, but I don't understand why it's still 50. It's probably a $20 stock, absent any new products. And of course, Intel has been cleaning their clock, and also its sister company in the hard drive business with their, especially in the server market, with SSD-based drives where they can actually when you have a petabyte of storage, all electronic and easier to cool, much less likely to have an issue. So it's just kind of hanging around here. My guess is that the next earnings call on this one would be the one that you want to watch, because probably it looks like this thing could fall out of bed. Just looking from the ads that I see every April 25th. So we've got a little over a month into earnings on it. I certainly think we could see 35, 33 bucks again after the next earnings call again when these guys come out. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of 1 terabyte hard drives and SSDs for 109, which, you know, you're going to pay 50 bucks for it, 4 terabyte spinning hard drive from Western Digital or Seagate. But these things, especially the way people use them today, not a real problem of them going belly up, and not a real problem of them not being 20 times or 30 times faster than the spinning hard drive. Let's check back in here. Okay, we're up 2 whole points now in the S&P cash. So we'll see what else is happening. Okay. Okay. Somebody wanted to look at TXN, just Texas Instrument. We'll look at the SMHs too. Okay. Check, see. You can give me a call at 877-927-6648. Okay, so you had a big day, about 14 million shares on Friday when you pushed up into the previous high. That was 14 million shares. You had 11 million shares. That was on the September 21st high. So you had the volume. You just couldn't take out the high, which is just kind of what we've had for now, the last 3-4 weeks. That is all these stocks coming up to highs. Half of them rolling over because they didn't have the volume. Other half get up there, do have the volume, but can't either hold the highs or instantly stop at these levels. Okay, what else do we have? Got some more. Can the QQQ get to its highs? Well, certainly it could get. And the question is, well, one of the things you have to look at is even if there's zero volume, when you get this close to a high, there is the opportunity for the stock just go up there and ring the bell, even if the volume isn't there. I am not short the broad indexes of the U.S. right now. I think the weaknesses lie elsewhere that will come back to haunt these, but they won't be the first. We'll be back in a minute.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find the Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
And as we come back, we're going to look at T-Mobile again. Some of these and how some of these stocks are reacting. We're up to 7 points on the S&P cash, 46 on the Nasdaq. So we shall see. Okay, T-Mobile tried to get back up in its previous high. Almost had the volume, didn't. February 22nd, 4.5 million shares at $74. Got to 74.06. Actually, tied it to the penny, didn't. Volume came in about 300,000 shares left and instantly retreated on that. That does look interesting. Symantec, SYMC, bouncing around this resistance level, $23.36 3 days ago, just going sideways. Skyworks Solution, kind of a bounce on Avago a few days ago, but since then, just going sideways and still a little bit down today. So we talked about hard drive manufacturers, STX. What is that? Oh, we got the Fed speaking right now. So I see we've got a little few blocks out there in the S&P. So they rallied it up right into while he spoke and then pulled the ripcord, but still up 4.5 points. Seagate Technology, again, this got to 49.27. It kind of pulled back. This one actually may even be weaker than Western Digital. It had a nice pop, but certainly, I wouldn't be short it because I would only look for this to come back down to $42. But does look like it's already started its move that way. Starbucks, place I haven't been in, a couple of years now? Yeah, maybe a year and a half since I've went into one. Not much of a coffee drinker to begin with. And, just looking at this thing banging at its highs. On the 25th of February, we were up with 8.2 million shares, kind of hitting this to $72 area. We tried that again with 7.6 million shares on the 6th of March. Now we're back up here the 20th with about 5.2 million shares today. Last 3 days, volume very poor on Starbucks, so we'll continue to keep an eye on that. Now we're up 8 points, 9 points. Guess he's actually said something. So we'll have to look at that. Okay. What do we have? Okay. Ross Stores kind of rolled off of this 96.50 high on March 6th, back up to this gap down from the 8th. That gap had 3 million shares. Today you got 1.2 million shares. Yesterday you had 2.6 million shares as you went back into the gap. So again, we're just kind of really butting up against a lot of resistance in this market. And I don't know if we've got the juice. I'll have to see how the day closes to see how this works. Starbucks. Okay, 72.18 on March 6th. 10.5 million shares with 7 million shares so far today. Looks like it took out the high by 22 cents, and it's back into the trading range. PayPal, quick look at that. And it just looks like it's completing an ABC, maybe in another couple of bucks higher. PCAR, take a quick look at this one. And up at the highs, not a whole lot. Paychecks, again, another one that's done nothing but go up since December 26. Not even a blink in that one. So no signal yet. O'Reilly. Okay. Well, you came off your high. Could you make it? You back to this gap up? Could this be an ABC on the way up? Let's take a quick look at this one. Okay. Let's go back one. Maybe two. Okay. So if you look at your A being January 25th at 331.34 on Riley Automotive, and February 19th at 394.42 being your B. C came in on 361.54 on this. Man, the volume today, though, and even the last couple of days, you had volume back on Friday. That was it. Now you've got nothing. Yeah, this one's a tough one. If you've got an ABC, actually not a bad looking chart. The energy off this February 19th high back down to that low was fairly good. So Riley actually looks like one of the better ones. 1-to-1 ABC on this one takes you to 2462. 1 to 382 takes you to 448.42. Actually, some of the better looking charts out here, which would suspect that people are going to own their cars a little bit longer. We'll keep an eye on it. Okay. NVIDIA. See how it's reacted. NVIDIA's finally gotten back into this big gap down from the earnings call. That came down on almost 49 million shares, up into that today with 13.6 million shares. You've got maybe, what? I'm going to call it 185 would be a halfway fill of that. And that's probably, if you were thinking of going short on NVIDIA, that's probably at about 185. I don't know if I would, but you'd have to wait. If volume remains light, that does look like it would at least fill half the gap. You'd be in there. I'd want to look at the shorts over the next couple of days. So we're up 8 points on the S&P cash, 25 on the Dow, NASDAQ up 50 as everybody tries to flood into the NASDAQ once again. NTES, not much going on that. Netflix, I'll take a quick look at this one. Let's turn these off so we can see a little bit better. Nice candle today, going through a long consolidation, which could have been distribution. Don't really have a lot of volume so far, but again, it's all about the end of the day. 380, 386 are previous highs. Energy has been fairly light off the December 26 low, but much better short positions out there. Mylan Pharmaceuticals, up and filling about half this gap down from the 27th of February. 25 million shares down on that day. Man, this one looks fairly weak. 3.6 million shares today, 6.8 million shares yesterday. Only needs about 50 cents more to get in a position for an ABC on the way down. But I'd want to see the IBB also give a sell signal too before I did that. We'll be back in just a minute.
If you're in the CD market and looking for a secure investment, the Tiger First Mortgage Program may work for you. The security for these first mortgages are building lots in the Tax Opportunity Zone in St. Petersburg, Florida. The Tax Act of 2018 set up tax-free zones across the country where you can build and hold for 10 years and pay no tax on the profits, which makes these lots valuable. The investment is anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000. The interest paid is 7% yearly, paid on a monthly basis. According to Bankrate.com, the best rate for a 4-year CD in the country as of February 20th is 3.1%. A $50,000 investment at a normal 4-year CD rate of 3.1% would give you income of $1,550 per year or $6,200 over the 4-year period. That same $50,000 investment in the Tiger First Mortgage Program would give you $3,500 per year or $14,000 over the 4 years. Which would you prefer, $6,200 or $14,000 of interest on your investment? If you would like more information about the Tiger First Mortgage Program, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Will the S&P 500 continue to climb? For bold trades on U.S. large-cap stocks in either direction, trade SPXL, SPUU, or SPXS. Directions Daily S&P 500 Bull and Bear Leveraged ETFs. Direction Leveraged ETFs. An investor should carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risks, charges, and expenses before investing. A fund's prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a fund's prospectus and summary prospectus, call 866-476-7523 or visit directioninvestments.com. A fund's prospectus and summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
And we're up 7.5 points now in the S&P. Powell is still gabbing, Mr. Gabby. Remember Gabby Hayes? Man, I haven't thought of that name forever. The IBB, very interesting. You got kind of a hammer out today, not a lot of juice. You went into this huge down day that had about 5 million shares on the 6th. You're back up through that, but you never could get more than about 3 million shares. Again, I'd probably think about shorting this more than any individual equity in the IBB, but you're basically up here on make or break. Question is whether you test this 116.25, and I think that's what the close is going to tell us today. If the market can't hold up through the close, then that's telling you probably as good as it gets. The market does hold up, then we're probably going to retest the highs of the indexes here, and I would imagine it won't take very long. If we hold the highs today, I suspect that the euphoria will be unbelievable over the next few days as Powell continues to say that he is dovish. But probably not tell us what happens when doves cry. That's Prince. Microsoft, MST. Let's take a look at. Okay. Question about Mercado Libre. You got your close under the 3x3, close today above it. Again, any close back below it, and I think you have to pull the ripcord on some of these. Even though the market may be going up, a lot of these things are absolutely screaming highs. CLAC, we need to look at the SMHs too. CLAC finally coming back up and testing the July 31st high that had 5 million shares. Got into it with 1.7 million shares a couple of days ago. Today, 471,000 shares. So again, a very light push back up to the recent highs. We'll keep an eye on this. Semiconductor holders, as we have that. Okay, no click now. You had kind of something going on earlier in the day, but again, not a lot of volume. Gonna have to wait till the close. 4.5 million shares here. You really like to see a continuation day with something like 8.4 million shares by the end of the day, if this is actually some kind of rout. But again, volume continues to be rather weak. Okay. JBH, we had somebody call in a couple of days ago about possibly shorting this. Maybe it was yesterday. I actually got a little hammer candle back into this gap down with a little less than 700,000 shares going against 2 million share gap up. I don't see much in that. Intuitive Surgical. Let me take a look at that real quick. What do we have? Well, this is certainly weak. 367,000 shares going past a couple of highs that had 1.3 million shares. There are a few stocks out here that have had less energy off recent lows. This one was the January 29th low. This thing's gone up on volume, kind of sideways, a little bit more today. Let's go ahead and see what the short interest in this one is. Okay. ISRG. Okay. It's almost nothing. 3 days to cover. Just a 1.5% short interest in this thing. Not much at all. This thing used to be such a mover. Certainly extremely light volume. I'd be worried about that one. It could go up with market, but if the market fails at the high, that one, if it doesn't get some volume and energy soon, looks like it could be one of the weaker ones out here. Let's take a quick look at eBay. Okay. Basically doing a 50%, probably a 50% retrace into yesterday. Not a lot of juice in this one, though. In fact, this is back up to resistance level. A lot of these, man, if we get a turn down the next couple of days, a lot of these things are going to make incredibly bearish candles. Haven't seen them yet. Certainly Electronic Arts going sideways out here looks to me like distribution. You have very light volume. And looks to me like this could get back down to the $85 level. To see what else do we have? C-Trip. Someone says we're up 10 points now. Up 9 points. Okay. And just a lot of fluff here so far. Okay. Okay, C-Trip had good earnings. Been done doing really nothing, going sideways. Had kind of a quick test on the 8th. I don't see any signal in that one right now. Cintas, the uniform company, again, energy off just a little, not horrible, but not good either. You've got some high volume untested lows back to that 24th low. You're off about 20% on energy back up to this high. 215.29 is the September 7th high. CSX, we'll keep another eye on that one as it's trying to break through a lot of these highs. You had a lot of volume rollover, continues to go sideways, and don't see much in the way of that one there. We'll keep an eye on it. Okay. Cisco, a little lower, pop back in. There's certainly no sell sign on that one yet. Costco, back up to the $240 level. It's what, about $2 to go. You needed 2.6 million shares. Today so far, you've got 783,000 shares. So that's kind of weak looking. Checkpoint Software did break out with volume. A support area comes in about 123 on this, kind of getting a little pullback here. If we did get a little pullback for the 123 area and the market started looking a little bit better, that certainly looks like you could buy that with some support at that level. Celgene, we'll take a look at another biotech. A huge gap up on its earnings and some announcements, just going sideways. This looks like in a trading range. We'll go through a few more of these before the end of the day and keep an eye on how this is. Up 10.5 points now on the S&P cash.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today. Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
Catch Tom O'Brien, professional trader and educator, founder of TFNN. Also, a special guest on CNBC. Tom will bisect and dissect the markets. The Tom O'Brien Show, next on TFNN.
And we're going to go to Dave in Framingham. How you doing, Dave?
Fine. How are you, David? Thank you for taking my call.
Well, we're short, so let's get to it.
Oh, okay. The S&P, do you see it getting back up to the October highs at 29.40 here quickly?
I think the answer is in the close.
Okay.
We could be down 15 points by the end of the day, or we could be up another 15. If we kind of hold this area, maybe we stumble up. If we have a decent close and up like 20, 25 on the S&P cash, then I think maybe 3 or 4 days and we hit the highs.
Oh, okay.
So there is no real juice higher.
Okay.
Now maybe this would be incredibly bearish if we hit those highs and we don't have any follow-through days. We had a little over 10 billion shares on Friday.
Okay.
And volume's been light the last 2 or 3 days. In fact, right now it's only doing about a little less than 5 billion shares with an hour left to go. So it's going to be all about the volume that comes in the last 30 minutes. If everybody decides to jump in, I think you can say that safely that we have probably 85% chance of ringing the bell at the highs. If this all rolls over as soon as Powell quits talking, that also tells you something big. But right now, especially on Fed days, I don't like to make a lot of calls until the last few minutes of the day.
Okay. Can you take another one here?
Yeah.
X, U.S. Steel, X.
were bigger than U.S. Steel, Michael. Yeah, just going sideways. I don't see anything in it at all.
Nothing there?
If it was down a little bit more, I'd say it was accumulation, but just going sideways now, so not much in it. I want to thank you for the call.
Okay. Thank you, David.
We're going to go in to the break. Of course, Tom O'Brien for the next couple hours. So he'll do the wrap up and let you know how it's finishing up after Mr. Powell gets off the catwalk. In the meantime, sell when you can, not when you have to. And we will see you here tomorrow. Same bat channel, same bat time.